Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. I'm Ram and welcome to Switch to Tech, your destination for tech. Today we are going to meet Gail Adams and she is going to show you an incredible thing which is in her home. So let's go into it and see what's inside her home. She will tell you most amazing things which has happened to her.
I am having troubles with walking and standing and sitting to where I have to alternate. I have a riding mower that I used to use for the yard, and it was getting to where I would be having trouble walking when I got off of it. So I decided that we needed to try a robotic lawnmower, and I researched them and I found the one that I thought would suit my needs as well as any of them could. And what I found is called the Neomow X by Hookii. And I am so glad that I found this one because you don't have to put ground wires. You don't need the TRK antenna for the satellites. It works on Wi-Fi and internet. Then once you map it all out, set it all up, you turn it on, let it go. You can even track it where it's at in the mowing process in the app. And it is absolutely wonderful. It has actually lived up to my expectations and more because I did not expect it to be as good as it does.
So this is Neomow Robotic Lawnmower by Hookii. We're gonna show how it works and how to map. We'll show a walkthrough overview of this lawnmower. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel Switch to Tech for more videos like this, and let's get started.
Let me introduce you to my little friend. This is a robotic mower. It's made by Hookii, and it is a Neomow robotic mower. And it will mow your lawn without you having to push a mower. You do not need any ground wires to dig down for it. Most of them have a ground wire or RTK, I believe is what they call it, antenna, which connects to satellites. And the problems with those are you don't get the good reception. It's not going to perform as well. And I had researched, I had checked online to see what kind of robot lawnmowers there were. And I felt that this one suited my needs the best because I wouldn't have to try to dig to put the wires down. I wouldn't have to worry about whether or not it was too cloudy, or if I have the antenna in the wrong place, it would still have its reception. It works off of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And we're going to start with turning it on. You see a flashing button, a light here. That means it's off. And you just push this. And the initial setup, you will download your app, and then you will connect your phone to it, which I've already been using it, so I can't show that really. But once you do, it'll update. The Hookii will flash blue for a couple of minutes. It'll do an update or two, and in about 15, maybe 20 minutes, it'll be ready to go. And I have it turned on right now. This is its charging deck, and when it's got a green light there, that means it's charging. And as long as it's on here, whether it's turned on or off, it'll make sure it stays charged. And then you have your app.
So what's the app name called?
Hookii Neomow X. Once you download it, icon.
So you can install your app on App Store and Play Store. So the app name is called Neomow.
Now this is the smallest one. It does 3/4 of an acre. It will mow. They have one that will mow as much as an acre, maybe a little bit more. Since I don't have a huge area, I went with the smallest one, also the cheapest. This is generally priced at just under $3,000, but if you get it on a deal, you'll get quite a bit off. I got it during Prime Days, and I actually had $600 off of it. Plus, there was a little bit more that was like a coupon that was put onto it. All in all, it was $1,871. When it came, I was beside myself and I was ready to send it back because I could not get it to map. I had contacted them, and that's when the confusion started. So if you have a situation to where you need to contact them and you get like an automatic response, so it's an auto reply is what it looked, and it had absolutely nothing to do with this model. And I was like, oh my God. And I tried to reply to that to let them know that that was not the model I was inquiring on. And it sent back another auto thing, and I did it a couple of times and it kept coming back like I sent it to myself. And I waited a while. Later in the evening, I checked my email and I had a reply from an actual person at the Hookii company. Thanks to her, I did not rebox it and send it back. And I am glad that I waited because every step of the way, she kept communication with me and told me what they were going to do, what they were going to try, and everything that all the information I was able to give her. She was able to get with the technicians, and even one of the technicians had also communicated with me because he was trying to explain what was going on and what they were going to do, and along with her doing the same thing. All in all, we got it taken care of, and it took a couple of days to get everything going. And anytime that I noticed a problem, I would let her know. She would get it fixed. She was great. So they have very, very good customer service. Otherwise, I would not even recommend it because I don't like hassle.
So can you explain us about physical controls over there?
Okay.
Yeah.
On here, you have to where you can send it home,
Okay.
and you'll push this and then okay, and it would go home.
Oh, okay.
This one here is once you get it out, you can either push this button and the okay, and it'll start the mowing process,
Okay.
or you can also do it from your app.
So what's the stop button for?
If you have an emergency, you push that stop button and everything will stop. And then you'll be able to pick it up and move it. And this right here
Yeah.
is
LiDAR?
LiDAR.
So if you guys are
So-
thinking what is LiDAR, so LiDAR sensor which recognizes objects in 3D mapping so that you can see what is
In the yard.
in the yard or any other place, even can pass through the object. You can see the LiDAR sensor in your iPhones too. So it can use it for 3D mapping, but the full functionality of LiDAR is not in iPhone yet. There are some apps are developing, but here you can see the LiDAR functionality in this lawnmower so that it can map and it can recognize as objects, and it can stop and it can move aside from the object, and it can do its work without any hassle.
And I'm going to pull this off.
So it
Up
needs
here?
Wi-Fi to connect with the satellite, right?
No, it doesn't connect to satellite at
Okay.
all. It's
No.
all Wi-Fi.
All Wi-Fi.
No satellite.
No satellites.
But I'm going to just roll this off of here, and no green light means the power is turned off, and it's not on the charger to charge. And I'm going to just lift this so that you can get a look at the bottom
Yeah, you
side.
can see at the bottom too.
This here is to help with any differences in the ground, like little bumps in that.
Okay.
It helps to keep this protected. And this has 5 blades in it. And as you see down at the bottom, it makes the blades come out and they cut the grass. And this thing spins.
So
and
do we
that's how
need to
it-
replace blades?
Yes,
in
you do
future?
need to replace blades. And to replace the blades, you just take these little screws out, take the blade out. You will want to wear gloves
Oh,
or
okay.
be extremely careful because they are, even though they're dull
They are
blades,
very
they are
sharp.
still sharp. And with this being a free spinning,
Mm-hmm.
if you're turning it and it starts to spin away from you, they can come out and end up cutting you. So you want to be careful with when you do that. Now, I'm going to tell you about one of the problems that I did have. When I went to change the blades, those screws were on so tight, I was only able to get 2 of them off. I had to call my son, have him come over, and try to get the other 3 out. He was only able to get 2 of them out because the head of the screw got stripped. So then he is a machinist. Luckily for me, he was able to drill the screws out and get it out and put a new one in. And this was a problem that I had let them know about. I was not expecting anything.
Okay.
They sent me a new set of blades, the screws, because of the trouble that I had. They actually also sent me, this is their customer service and taking care of you. They also sent that black part that the blades are in. They sent me an extra one of those just in case something happened when he was changing them out and getting that last one out. They had my back. They had me covered. They made sure that I have what I needed to still keep going. So yes, this is a very good company. You might not think so at the first response, but they are. Just give them time. And I don't give praise like this to just anybody. I used to work at Home Depot. I've ordered things from them and had problems. Even with me working there, did not have as good a customer service as I had
With
this
this.
through online.
There is a camera also here.
There is another one there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to push this back onto here.
So to turn it on, you have to press any button on the back?
We're going to press this one
Okay.
again to turn it back on.
Okay.
When that goes solid,
Turned on.
done turning on. This is the part where we will take it out and let's see, it came up blue. That means it's ready and ready to do this. And I'm going to do that. Comes up with your map. And at this point, if I remember, yep, I can go to map management,
Yeah, device
sharing,
device
and
settings.
device settings, firmware version, and you can restore it to factory configuration. And if you want to do a mapping, you just do that. And I'm going to show you something up in the device settings too. This is where you have your forward and backward control, left and right. And we're going to just make a new map within this map.
So we can add mapping too again.
Yes, and it will want anytime that you have a space between your areas, like here, that's right at the back, at the side. I've got backyard is fenced, so therefore it's separate spots. They want you to put a passageway to connect those so that it can go from one to the other. We're gonna pull this, get this off of there.
So it can do mapping itself and we can control it
Yes.
from this app.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you on this, for forward and backwards, if you push high up on this, it's gonna go faster.
Okay.
And when you're mapping, that's going to make it harder to control because it's going fast. And when you hit the turns one way or the other, it might turn real quick. And then you have to stop, edit the map. You got to back it up and redo that section. So take it slow and easy. I learned the hard way. And we're going to take it out to the yard. And we're going to go nice and easy because we can speed it up. And then we can slow that back down. Now, one other thing before we start, I will tell you this thing can do hills pretty good, but if the grass is wet or if it's a little muddy, it will spin tires because it is not four-wheel drive. It is front-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive one that I did see, you had to put down wire or you had to have the KR, one or the other, I can't remember, and it was like a little tank. You know, even though there's a lot of good ones out there, that wasn't right for me. We're going to back this up because we're going to have it mow this little section here. We're going to get ready here to start mapping, and we're going to see here is your start editing. If you have to edit after you're done mapping, here you start mapping, and I've just pushed the button. When you are done mapping it, you will hit the finish mapping, and you're going to select mowing area, no-go zone, passage, and a recharge path. Those are what you will set up. Since we are going to do the mowing area, it's already set for mowing area. We're just going to push there, and we're going to hit the start mapping, and we're going to very slowly start it because, like I said, see, and you just, and we are going to turn it back this way. You also have to stay rather close, within 6 meters, which is probably about 3 yards, because a meter is a yard, I think, or just under a yard, so it's about 6 yards. And I'm not making sure that it's staying really straight, but I can go all the way to the edge, and if it's not too steep, I can actually take the one side of the machine onto the curb of the road, so that it will get all the way to the edge over there. And I didn't go over it as much as I really meant to when I first mapped it, so I do have to trim right until I changed it all a little bit right at the edge. And it will stay a certain distance away from your boundaries that you're trying to mow up against. So you will have weed whacking to do, but it's not much different than if you were on a mower or pushing a mower. It is maybe just a little bit more of it, but not enough to make a big difference. We're going to continue here and we're going to turn it. And see, when we're mapping, you have to stay with it and just do little minor touches to keep it going where you want it to. This is how I learned that you need to go slow for the mapping.
So what's the use of mapping?
It sets up your area that you're wanting to have mowed.
So that it can do on its own?
Yes.
Yeah. First, we just need to show the way how it will mow so that it lands on its own, so it stores the data.
See, this is what you don't want to do.
In this machine.
You don't want to do that because when you do that, we'll show you how to edit. And see this little this little U-turn thing? That's to edit your path. You just hit confirm after it, and then hit confirm. And then I'm going to just back it up to around the area that I was already at when I started that direction. And then I'm going to go nice and slow and take all those zigzags back out of it.
So you are just showing the boundaries to the machine?
And I am so used to my rider that is kind of like driving backwards when you're on it. Okay, and when you're done mapping, you'll push this little button, the check mark, and it will say save, and we're going to confirm.
So it does have GPS, something like that?
Yes, it does have GPS, and we're going to do zone G. That way I know what one to delete later. And save.
So you have all the saved data of older mappings, right?
Oh, it says needs to be larger. Please adjust the mowing area and try again. So since we didn't do it quite large enough, we would have to redo it. But we're not going to redo it. We can just use my mapping, and then we can just go exit back out of there, confirm, cancel mapping, confirm. And then we will go back, finish mapping. Okay, let me show you a device settings. And we have work on rainy days. We have patch mowing. We have visual obstacle avoidance, crossing route, and edge mowing. Note on edge mowing, do not turn it on unless you only want it to mow the edges, because turning that on tells it to only mow the boundary, and it will go around the boundary twice, and it'll go back to the charger.
Okay, you can pause it.
And I'm going to take it to manual. Once you are done mapping, you can also auto or go into manual mode, and you can drive this little guy yourself and bring it back. Now, this is about the speed it'll go tops when mowing, but I can also manual mow. Manual mow, when we go in here, manual mode, that's how I brought it back over here. And then we turn the mowing motor on. It's ready to mow. That is how quiet these things are.
So the blades inside the mower is moving. That's it, right?
It will be.
Yeah. And you can adjust the length too.
That's the height for the mowing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I set it to 45. And see, here's the height of the blades, how tall the grass is. 45 is just barely shorter than what the grass is right now. And this is ideal for it because you're wanting to clip it to where it has very little grass to go into. It's like a mulching your yard. Okay. And it's actually good for the yard. If you mow your lawn more often, you don't let it grow up as tall, and you have smaller clippings, it actually is like mulching the grass, putting mulch down for the grass, and it helps it grow better. And that's another good point of a robotic mower. Now, I can just start having it mow. Now, you can set it, it has 3 settings for when you're mowing your areas. Okay, that was me manual driving it.
Okay.
We turn the motors off,
Mowing
same
motor
button,
to off.
and then we go back.
Okay.
And we exit manual mode, and you hit confirm, and then we're going back to here. Now, before you start mowing your lawn, go into the settings, and we're going to select custom zone, and this will let me customize whatever zone I want. It'll let me change the height of the grass cut, and this will do, they have it in metrics here, but it'll go cut as high as just a little over 3 inches.
Okay.
And it'll go down to like 1.5 inch. And then we have up here, we have our daily, we have strong grass, tall grass, and here's your custom. And then here, you can actually set your mowing width. This is what you want to change is when, and I need to change mine again, and then you hit confirm. That your rows will be close together. Confirm. Right now it's getting ready to go down the side, but I have saved, you want to save it? Okay. And it succeeded on saving it, and it will track where your mower is. Right now it is actually mowing this zone, and it always starts out going down to the side. Before you set up a return route to the charger, it wants you to have all your zones connected with a passage, and it will prompt you. Give it time to think before you start pushing buttons. Otherwise, you're just going to have to keep doing this. You think you're past it, you're not. You'll have to do it again. So just give it time. It'll prompt you each time that it needs you to respond and tell it what it's doing.
Now here's where the Hookii Neomow X really stands out. The pre-mapped mowing. Instead of wandering around some random robot, this mower actually learns what's about your yard. Using the app, you can quickly draw the lawnmower's boundaries, even around the obstacles like trees, flower beds, pathways. Once the map is set, the Neomow X follows it with precision, moving in straight, efficient lines like a professional. So what's even better is that it remembers your yard layout. So next time you don't need to redo the setup. You just hit the start and it goes straight to work. It intelligently avoids obstacles based on its LiDAR sensor and its front camera, and adjusts its path when needed and makes sure no patch of the grass gets missed. Basically, you map it once and then Neomow X does the hard works automatically and giving you a perfectly maintained lawn without lifting a finger. Because this lawnmower has a LiDAR sensor and a front camera, it stops by itself. You can see over there until we open the gate and then it resumes its work. So that's the important thing and interesting thing. This is most interesting part of the Neomow X. When it finishes its mowing, it doesn't just stop in the middle of your yard. It just automatically returns into its charging dock and powers up. And even smarter thing is, if your battery runs low during its mowing, it knows exactly when to head back, recharge, and then it resumes right where it left off until the job is complete. No interruptions, no unfinished patches, just a fully cut lawn every single time. You don't need to worry about it. And one more best part is you don't even have to think about it. In your app, you can just preset the exact days and times you want to lawn mowed, like once in a week or twice in a week. Whether it's every morning, twice a week, or only on weekends, the Neomow X automatically leave the dock, mow on schedule, and return to home and charge. And all by itself, you don't need to worry anything about it. It's having a personal gardener who never takes a day off.
This thing also has GPS. So if it's out mowing and somebody wants to try to take off with it, they lift it up, it will sound off an alarm.
Oh.
And you can track it with the GPS. So wherever they take it, you can track it. And that way you can get it back and the person that took it can be arrested, which is a really good feature. I would suggest getting one that does have the GPS feature to it, especially around here. A UPS guy, he was making a delivery for me. He's like, you didn't need to stand out here and wait for me. I said, no, man, I'm out here messing with this. He looked over and he stopped the car. He's like, I should have one of those. I said, everybody should have one. And I've had the neighbors that live there come out to their car after they got home, came out to their car like 3 times. And it wasn't until they came around to the passenger side and it's out there mowing. And she just stopped dead in her tracks. Oh my God, is that mowing? I'm like, yep, it sure is. She's like, that is awesome. So everybody that has actually noticed it has made comment on it. And they've thought it was the coolest thing they've seen. Totally honest here, I am happy with the job that it has been doing because I don't have to get on my big rider. Because when I go to get off of it, I have trouble walking because of chronic pain. I can't sit too long, can't stand too long in one place, which we're gonna have to start moving again. And if I leave the house, I do not leave without my cane, which is in the car. This is like a savior. Really can't say enough good about it. And I can't say enough good about their customer service.
This is Robotic Lawnmower by Hookii to you guys. And before we are going to end, we will say a great thanks to Gail Adams. So she owns the lawnmower and she did a great job in explaining us about this lawnmower very well than us and than the company itself. So I'm very thankful that you wanted us to do this video. And I hope you have a great lawn mowing experience with this. And tell me about...
I have. I have, because even my brother has commented that it has done a very good job. And my son even went so far as to tell me when I told him it could handle his yard because his is bigger than mine. And he said, well, if it made its way to my house, it wouldn't be making its way back. That for him to say is like 100% approval of this product.
Yeah.
That he thinks that it is a good working product.
Yeah.
So
it is around 100 degrees here till we are doing this, and she is doing it as us. We have to have a great gratitude on her to show you guys about this whole experience of lawn mowing. So what do you think about this lawnmower? Let me know about that in comment section. And if you have any questions and if you have any queries about this lawnmower, just drop it down in the comment section. We'll reply it as soon as possible. That's all from my side today. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching my videos, guys. I hope you like my videos. Thank you.